What up? Veloste here, and today we are back with another Mr. Nightmare reaction video. Clap it up. We can't do it as loud today because
It's 3 in the morning right now.
yes, and everyone is sleeping, and if we wake them up, they're gonna kick our butt. So today we're gonna be reacting to 3 true disturbing chat room horror stories. And I feel like this would actually fit really perfectly, and I feel like there could be a bunch of stuff that could go wrong in chat rooms, to be honest, and I think those could be really scary. And I hope you guys like my purple background today. I wanted to try out something a little
boring.
Alright guys, we are on the video now, and I skipped past a couple frames and it seems kind of scary. You could literally look on the sweat and on the palms of my cousin's face. He's literally crying and dying on the inside. But you know what? We're gonna get through this, okay? Alright, let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, let's go! This is already really
I don't like the
creepy.
music.
Me either. I really don't like this. I never heard this music before either.
Back around 2010 and
What
2011, when websites like ChatRoulette were popular, my friends and I would sometimes mess around with people on our webcam.
I thought this was just
The
gonna be
website
commentary.
usually peaked on weekend nights, and when we were like 14,
No,
we
this
didn't really
is
do much
scary.
on weekend nights. So I had my friend Peter over, and
These
we
are
hopped
true
on ChatRoulette.
photos.
It was just my mom home, so we
Like
went
the
upstairs with the
animation.
laptop where we could be as loud as we wanted. We acted like 2 idiotic 14-year-olds, basically being mean and rude to anyone we saw. So basically on ChatRoulette, you'd press go and it would match you with someone else, anyone else using their webcam.
Okay.
Some girl who appeared to be a couple years older than us popped up. Her camera quality wasn't the best, and she was sitting in a dark room with a blue light filling a decent amount of it.
Okay.
I'm not going to get into the nitty-gritty tiny details over what Peter and I said to her, but we acted like douchey, mean teenage boys, to be frank.
That's messed up, bro.
Then Peter said,
messed
"Who was
up.
that behind you?"
Nice.
I suddenly looked beyond the girl to see what he was talking about. I didn't see anyone, so I caught on that he was joking. She seemed to know he was messing with her right away too, saying something along the lines of us being little dweebs. Peter insisted to the girl he was being serious, and I played along with it. The girl turned around, and like the two of us, she didn't
This is
see
why I don't
anyone
like
behind
chat
her.
rooms, because you can
All
get
I could see
easily
behind
hacked.
her was the rest of the room, which appeared to be a mess, and her bed tucked in the corner of the room. Peter said there was someone hiding behind her bed. I looked at Peter, trying to hold in the laughter and make it seem like I was seeing what he
Nah,
was
this
seeing
is
too.
trippy as heck.
Then I finally noticed someone in the background, by the back wall of the girl's room. He was coming out from behind the bed,
Freak.
seemingly trying to be inconspicuous.
No.
My smile disappeared as I then realized Peter wasn't joking around. I started telling her that someone was actually sneaking up behind her. Realistically, I assumed it was her brother or something messing with her, trying to scare her.
See,
So I
you
said
guys
that.
were
I said, "It looks
panicking.
like your
See what we
brother is
do for
trying
you
to scare
guys?
you." She finally turned around, and her reaction was not what I was expecting
Mr.
at all.
Nightmare has to edit these.
She screamed at the top of her lungs and jumped back out from her chair onto the desk, crawling backwards while frantically kicking her feet at the person approaching her.
Stop that
You could hear
editing.
the sound of
scary.
books and other items falling from her desk as she kicked and screamed. Her webcam started to shake, as all we could see of her was her legs.
Oh,
The person in her room got an arm's reach of her, and now we could see a black mask over his face.
oh shoot.
He grabbed the girl and kept screaming, "Shut up," and her screams only got worse. Peter and I were silent, simply staring, not knowing what to make
Skip
of
the
this.
chat,
The
bro.
man then looked into the webcam from behind his black mask for a second, and a few seconds later, the screen went dark, and we connected to another random person.
Oh my
Peter
I
god.
and
would
I
get
looked
off
at
of
each
that
other.
for the rest of the day.
Closed out from the website
my
and sat
life.
there to talk
Yes.
and take that in for a second.
No one uses
We
it.
agreed it was possible it could have been a
No,
prank.
not really.
A lot of people on YouTube at the time played pranks on people on chat roulette to get some crazy reactions. But it looked real. Almost too real to be a performance. Well, a few days later, I got a text from Peter. It was a link. A link to a news article about a teenage girl who had been murdered while home alone a few days back. We told our parents because we wanted to be able to give a description of what happened to the police. So our parents coordinated a time for us to sit down with the two investigators to explain everything we saw. We said we were on chat roulette with a blonde girl who looked either 16 or 17, and that some average-sized looking man wearing a black ski mask emerged from a back corner of her room and started to attack her on
Of
camera.
course, this is
But only
freaking
for so
real.
long until he turned off the
It
computer.
really says true
We
in
gave
the
the best
title.
description we could. Whether they believed us or not, or whether the information helped or not, was something we honestly never found out.
Alright, we're already on story 2. We're making progress.
I'm way overwhelmed right now.
Me too.
One
I'm
winter
really
night when I
freaking
was
scared.
17, I came up with the brilliant idea of exploring the deep web after hearing all the craze about
Why?
it. Everybody and their mother was claiming
Why
that the
would
deep
you
web
go
was
on
a
the
dangerous,
deep web?
sleazy part of the internet that nobody should ever go to. Others
You're
said these
gonna
people
get
didn't know what they were
hacked.
talking about, and that the deep web was
Don't
actually
go on the
extremely
freaking
boring
deep web,
and
guys.
interesting.
I swear.
I wanted to do some browsing out of curiosity.
You guys are not going to be safe if you go on there.
Tor, which allowed you to visit websites ending with the .onion domain. When I had the browser, I didn't know where or how to start, so I googled where to start on the deep web, and that gave me a page full of archived links to the deep web. The page scrolled down forever. There must have been thousands of links. I finally decided to click on one. It was a .onion link that led to another archive of links. It took a while to load, but there I was, on another page of probably thousands of links. Only the background to this page was now black, and the links were red. I scrolled down until I found a link to a chat
I
room.
don't know what cut's coming.
This also took forever to load, but I think it was called Backdoor Fire Chat or something. I put in a quick username, ABC1234, and I was entered into the chat. There appeared to be only 3 people in the chat, but messages from hours, even days before, were still in the
Why would
chat.
you go in a chat room
Most of
on
the
the deep
messages people
web?
left were links.
That's really bad.
Hardly anyone had been saying what the links led to, though. One of the other users, whose username was something ominous like username 157 or something, said something directed to me. He asked what I was looking for. I thought for a second, then typed out, "I'm looking for the darker part of the deep web." He didn't say anything for a minute. Then he posted a link. He didn't say what the link was to, so I asked. I waited another minute for him to respond.
No.
Instead, he apparently signed out from the chat, so that it was just me and
No,
one
don't
other
click that.
person.
Don't click it.
So I clicked on the link, and I swear it had to have taken at least 2 minutes for the page to finally load. It was an unlabeled website with a black background and a banner at top with a
Good
picture
luck,
of a
bro.
living
Good luck
room
not
with a red
getting hacked.
satanic symbol drawn on the table. All the text seemed to be written in some weird language. It seemed to be Hebrew characters.
What
There were also a bunch of buttons
freak?
also written in whatever language this was.
No. This is satanic. I don't like
Clicked
this.
one of the middle buttons, and after a long loading time,
I don't claim any
the
negative
chat room
energy
took
from
over
this
the
video.
screen. Messages, more of the Hebrew or whatever language filled the chat room. In one of the messages, though, 2 words stuck out that were written in text I could actually read. The words were my first and last name. I tried to exit the chat, but my mouse started to lag.
Freak.
Then the other user in the chat room posted a picture of my face. It was clearly taken just now through my webcam. Then he sent another and another. Constant pictures showing my horrified face basically frame by frame. I tried moving the mouse and clicking out of the browser, but it was frozen, and my computer just kept making the error noise.
No,
More
you just
messages
gotta
I couldn't read
turn
or
off your
send,
computer
as
at
well
that
as all the
point, bro.
pictures of
There's
my
no
face.
saving your computer.
I pressed down the power button on the laptop for like 10 seconds, and it finally turned off. Even turning off the laptop
You
seems
gotta
to take
trash
longer
that
than
thing.
usual.
You
My
can't
heart
turn
was
off
still
the
racing
TV.
though. I still had goosebumps. I left my computer off for 12 hours and put a post-it note over my webcam from there on. I also deleted Tor and never visited the dark web again.
Good. Freaking stupid. I got
Bruh.
freaking one. Skip. Let's go. Last one.
Remember that little feature on the original Nintendo DS called PictoChat? It was like a little chat room you could join with anyone else using
I
a
remember
DS
that.
within a certain range.
Looks cool though.
My house is right down the block from the town street in our neighborhood, what with all the pubs and festivities and such. When I was 12, the Nintendo DS was really in its prime, especially the Pokemon games.
That was a good.
There was a spot in
console.
town down the block from me, tucked between a couple stores with a few benches that I'd walk to all the time to meet up with my friend Carl, so that we could battle in Pokemon usually. Actually, it was a spot where a lot of kids would be walking around with their DSs. One night, instead of playing Pokemon, Carl and I were just messing around on the PictoChat feature, sending each other inappropriate pictures and dumb messages, laughing our off. I remember taking note of how much the leaves were starting to sway nearby, how the wind was apparently starting to pick up.
Yeah, that you
That
gotta get
hold
hold
by
of.
the ding that would sound when someone else would enter the chat. It also said on the screen, now entering Joe. Carl and I looked up at each other
That
smiling,
scared
because it was funny but
freaking
weird that someone else
crap
had joined.
out of me.
We looked around our immediate surroundings.
You
now
don't
that
know
our
how
steering
much
to the
that
buildings
caught
we were
me
sitting
off
in.
guard.
But it was a little dark to see anything outside of the light hanging from the
I
side of one
would
of the
scream right
buildings.
now, but
So we went
it's
along
2
with
in
it.
the dang morning.
I wrote "Hey Joe" with my stylus. He responded back with keyboard text saying "Hey." So Carl wrote with his stylus, "Where are you?" Joe sent back a message in more keyboard text saying, "I see you."
Oh,
Carl and I
freak.
looked up at each other once again, since it was obviously a strange thing for him to say. We looked around again. Joe sent another message saying, "You guys come here a lot, don't you?" I wrote back this time using the keyboard instead of free draw, saying, "Yeah, who are you and where are you?" Then, this Joe person sent a picture. It was some squiggly, fluffy-looking objects. My first
Yeah,
guess
that's
was
when
that
you
it was a
kinda-
cloud.
That's when you
Type
need to
back.
leave that
Is that a
little
cloud?
system.
Joe said no, guess again. I typed back why. He typed back, it's where I'm hiding. For the third time, Carl and I exchanged glances. Carl screamed out finally, "Who's out there?" I looked back down at the DS and saw another picture from Joe. It was similar to his last picture, but more detailed. I sent my second guess. "Is it a bush?" I said. Then I heard a chuckle.
Oh,
It sounded
no.
right on top of me. I knew
Bro,
Carl
you
heard
need to
it,
leave
as
immediately.
we once again looked at one another. But then,
I
I
would be
saw his eyes focus on
superstitious
something
right there.
behind me. I turned and saw some guy slowly standing up from a big bush that sat behind my bench. He towered over me, and as he looked down at me, he had on a very wide smile. I remember his teeth were small and his gums took up most of his smile.
Oh,
Then he put both his hands on my shoulders, not in a gentle way. He grabbed my shoulders and squeezed them with a tight grip, and I screamed. Carl and I ran for our bikes, and as I initially started to pedal, desperately trying to pick up speed, I heard the clonking of the man's footsteps behind us.
oh my freaking
Thankfully, we
gosh.
picked up enough speed and got back into public view on the road, and only then did I look back. The man wasn't following us.
This guy's freaking
Went straight
insane.
to my house and told my mom and dad, who forbid me from going to town alone at night anymore. They called Carl's parents to recommend they do the same to their son. Even if they hadn't put that restriction on me, there's no way I would have ever gone back to that spot at night. It actually freaks me out to wonder how many times that guy had to have watched us on our DSs to have known when to come, and with one of his own.
My disappointment is immeasurable, and my day is ruined.
Alright guys, so that was 3 true disturbing chat room horror stories. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm pretty freaked out myself. You could even see it on both of our faces. Now for this one, I didn't scream really because it's 2 in the morning. And if I do scream, our butts are gonna get kicked, okay? And I just had to hold it in this time instead of laying it out. But we did this for you, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And if you did, please leave a like and subscribe. It'll be really appreciated, and it would help me a lot. And plus, if you ever think about changing your mind and unsubscribing, it's okay and it's free, and you could always change your mind. But you know what? I'm about to take a break for a little bit, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.